Think about the 5 people you spend the most time with. Not the people you admire from a distance, not the people you follow online. The 5 people who are physically, consistently, regularly present in your daily life. Now ask yourself this: are those people where you want to be in 5 years? Because neuroscience has proven something that most people are not ready to hear. Your subconscious mind does not just absorb your own thoughts, beliefs, and habits. It absorbs the thoughts, beliefs, emotional patterns, and subconscious programs of the people around you. Every conversation you have, every environment you spend time in, every person whose energy, language, and worldview you are regularly exposed to is actively reprogramming your subconscious mind. Whether you are aware of it or not, whether you want it to or not. Jim Rohn said it decades ago: you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But what most people do not know is why that is true at the neurological level. Today, I'm going to show you the science behind it, and more importantly, what to do about it. In the 1990s, Italian neuroscientist Giacomo Rizzolatti made one of the most significant discoveries in the history of brain science. He discovered mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are a class of brain cells that fire not only when you perform an action, but when you observe someone else performing the same action. Your brain literally simulates the experience of another person inside your own nervous system. When you watch someone express confidence, your mirror neurons fire as if you are expressing confidence. When you are consistently around someone who operates from anxiety and scarcity, your mirror neurons fire as if you are experiencing that anxiety and scarcity. Over time, through repetition, those mirror neuron activations begin to build actual neural pathways in your brain. You are not just influenced by the people around you, you are neurologically shaped by them. Emotional contagion, the invisible transfer. Beyond mirror neurons, there is a second mechanism called emotional contagion. Emotional contagion is the well-documented phenomenon by which human beings automatically and unconsciously synchronize their emotional states with the people around them. You have experienced this. You walk into a room where 2 people have just had an argument, and you feel it. The tension is palpable. You absorb it. You spend an hour with someone who is deeply enthusiastic and optimistic, and you leave feeling more energized than when you arrived. This is not imagination. This is measurable neurobiology. Research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology demonstrated that emotional states, including depression, anxiety, optimism, and enthusiasm, spread between people through unconscious mimicry of facial expressions, posture, vocal tone, and physiological arousal. Your nervous system is continuously reading the nervous systems of the people around you and adjusting its own state accordingly. And as we have discussed throughout this series, your emotional state is the primary mechanism through which your subconscious installs new programs. Which means the emotional climate of your social environment is directly programming your subconscious every single day. The Hebbian learning loop. There is a third layer to this, and it is perhaps the most important. Donald Hebb's foundational principle of neuroplasticity tells us that neurons that fire together wire together. Every time you engage with a particular environment, conversation, or social dynamic, the neural pathways associated with that experience are activated and strengthened. If you spend most of your time in conversations about struggle, limitation, complaint, and mediocrity, those neural pathways become stronger and more automatic. If you spend most of your time in conversations about growth, possibility, strategy, and expansion, those neural pathways become stronger and more automatic. Your social circle is not just reflecting who you are, it is determining who you are becoming at the neurological level. The first type of person in your circle is what I call the subconscious drainer. These are the people whose consistent emotional climate is one of complaint, negativity, victimhood, and limitation. Everything is difficult. Nothing ever works out. Other people are the problem. The world is unfair. Success is for others, not for people like us. Now, and this is important, these people are not bad people. They are people who are themselves running deeply limiting subconscious programs. Their worldview is a product of their own programming. They often cannot help it. But here's the neuroscience reality. Consistent exposure to their emotional climate through mirror neurons and emotional contagion is installing those same limiting programs in your subconscious. Every hour you spend in their emotional field is an hour your brain is building neural pathways that mirror their limitations. The most dangerous version of the subconscious drainer is the one you love, a family member, a longtime friend, a partner, because the emotional bond amplifies the subconscious transfer. The more you love someone, the more deeply their programs can reach into your subconscious. This does not mean you abandon the people you love. It means you become conscious of the dynamic, and we will talk about what to do about it shortly. Type 2, the neutral mirrors. The second type is what I call the neutral mirror. These are the people who neither drain nor elevate. They are comfortable, familiar, safe. Your conversations are pleasant but shallow. Your interactions confirm the status quo without challenging it. There is no growth friction, but there is also no growth fuel. Most people's social circles are dominated by neutral mirrors, and this is why most people stay exactly where they are. Not because their environment is actively pulling them down, but because it is offering no upward pull either. The subconscious learns through contrast and challenge. When everything stays the same, the subconscious has no reason to update its programs. It simply maintains what already exists. Comfort is the enemy of subconscious evolution. Type 3, the subconscious expanders. The third type, and the rarest, is what I call the subconscious expander. These are the people whose consistent emotional climate is one of growth, possibility, responsibility, and expansion. They see solutions where others see problems. They take ownership of their results. They are constantly learning, questioning, and evolving. Their relationship with failure is one of curiosity rather than shame. Time with a subconscious expander is neurologically precious. Your mirror neurons fire with their confidence. Your emotional contagion system absorbs their optimism. Your Hebbian learning pathways are activated around growth-oriented thinking, and your subconscious begins, through simple exposure and repetition, to absorb their programs. This is why mentorship works. Not because a mentor tells you what to do, but because sustained proximity to someone operating at a higher level of subconscious programming begins to transfer that programming to you. The fastest way to reprogram your subconscious for success is not an affirmation. It is extended, consistent proximity to someone whose subconscious is already programmed for success. The first step is the most uncomfortable and the most necessary. Take out a piece of paper and write down the 5 people you spend the most time with. Then, honestly, without guilt, classify each one. Subconscious drainer, neutral mirror, subconscious expander. Then ask yourself, what is the average emotional climate of my social environment? What neural pathways are being strengthened by my daily social exposure? Is my circle programming me for the life I want, or for the life I am trying to escape? This is not an exercise in judgment. It is an exercise in awareness. You cannot make intentional choices about your environment without first seeing it clearly. Step 2. Expand before you contract. Here is one of the most important pieces of advice I can give you, and it is the one most people get wrong. Do not start by removing people from your life. Start by adding. Find one subconscious expander and increase your exposure to them. A mentor, a mastermind group, a community of people operating at the level you want to reach. As you increase proximity to expanders, you will naturally begin to feel the contrast with your drainers more clearly. the gap between the two environments becomes more obvious. And from that clarity, decisions about your social environment become less emotionally charged and more naturally aligned with who you are becoming. You do not need to make dramatic declarations. You do not need to send painful goodbye messages. You simply begin to invest your most precious resource, your time and attention, more intentionally. Step 3. Create subconscious protection for the drainers you cannot remove. Particularly family members and long-term relationships, you need to develop what I call subconscious protection. This is a set of intentional practices that buffer the subconscious transfer from draining environments. Before any interaction with a known drainer, spend 5 minutes in your theta morning practice. Ground yourself in your new identity. Set an internal intention. I am an observer of this energy, not an absorber of it. After any extended interaction with a draining environment, do a deliberate reset. 10 slow breaths, a brief scripting practice, a 5-minute audio from a subconscious expander, a podcast, a lecture, a conversation. You are essentially rinsing your subconscious after exposure, preventing the draining programs from taking root before they can consolidate. Step 4. Curate your digital circle. One more element that most people dramatically underestimate in the modern world. Your digital social environment is programming your subconscious with exactly the same mechanisms as your physical one. The accounts you follow, the content you consume, the conversations you read in comment sections, the news you absorb, the podcasts you listen to while your brain is in a relaxed, receptive state. All of it is being processed by your subconscious. All of it is activating mirror neurons, emotional contagion, and Hebbian learning. Audit your digital environment with the same honesty as your physical one. What is the average emotional climate of your social media feed? What neural pathways are being strengthened every time you open your phone? Unfollow without guilt. Follow with intention. Your digital environment is the most underestimated subconscious programming tool of the modern age, and you have complete control over it. I want to zoom out for a moment and offer you a perspective that goes beyond strategy. As you do this work, as you begin to intentionally curate your environment and proximity, you are going to bump up against something real. The discomfort of outgrowing people you love. And I want to acknowledge that honestly, because it is one of the most emotionally complex parts of genuine subconscious evolution. When you change, really change, at the subconscious level, you will start to notice that certain relationships feel different, certain conversations feel smaller, certain environments feel suffocating in a way they never used to. This is not arrogance. This is not you thinking you are better than others. This is the natural consequence of neurological growth. When your subconscious programs expand, your environment needs to expand with them. But here is the deeper truth I want you to hold. The most powerful thing you can do for the people you love is to become someone with expanded subconscious programming. Because as you change, as your mirror neurons begin to radiate a different quality of energy, belief, and possibility, you begin to function as a subconscious expander for the people in your life. Your growth does not separate you from the people you love. Done with consciousness and compassion, it elevates them. You are not abandoning your circle. You are becoming someone worth being in it. Let us bring this together. Science has proven what Jim Rohn knew intuitively decades ago. You are not just the average of the 5 people around you. You are the neurological product of them. Through mirror neurons, your brain simulates the emotional and mental states of the people around you. Through emotional contagion, your nervous system synchronizes with their emotional climate. Through Hebbian learning, the neural pathways activated by your social environment grow stronger every day. The 3 types of people in your circle. subconscious drainers, neutral mirrors, and subconscious expanders. And your 4-step protocol, the honest circle audit. Expand before you contract. Create subconscious protection and curate your digital environment. Your social circle is either your greatest subconscious asset or your greatest subconscious liability. And now you have the awareness and the tools to make it the former. In the next video, I'm going to reveal something that will fundamentally change how you understand the relationship between your identity and your subconscious, and why most people never reach their full potential, not because of their circumstances, but because of who they believe themselves to be at the deepest level. If this video revealed something about your environment that you needed to see, subscribe to Awake Mind and share this with someone whose circle you want to be part of. Because the best way to find your people is to become someone worth finding. I will see you in the next one.